Swear by the Almighty God.
Swear by the Almighty God.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
That the evidence I shall give before this committee.
Touching the matter in issue.
Touching the matter in issue.
Shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay, now we'll start with our State Housing Company. And Honorable Minister, introduce yourself and then your delegation.
Sorry, we didn't hear that. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair, and honorable colleagues. Good morning again. My name is Honorable Gisela Tete Agbotui, Member of Parliament for Utu Senya West, and Deputy Minister, Works and Housing. I'm standing in for my Minister, Honorable Kenneth Gilbert J. Thank you.
Good morning to you all. I'm Reverend Stephen Yao, Chief Director of the Ministry.
Good morning, Madam Chair. My name is Philip Ake. I'm Director of Finance, Waste and Housing.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. My name is John Bauer. I'm the Managing Director for State Housing Company.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. My name is William Kalechi. I'm the Head of Finance for State Housing Company.
All right. The paragraph we are going to is on paragraph 1353, and Honorable Abena Osei-Asare will handle that, please.
Should I pass it on to you? Because John and I were primary school classmates, and
wow.
Yes.
And you know Reverend also?
Reverend I know from the ministry.
Okay.
And John and I, primary school classmates. But John, I don't think I have much to say about your accounts. Your accounts are good, and your current ratio is good. There was an improvement from 2022 to 2023 in terms of your turnover and your expenses and everything. I think they are within the levels. I just want you to share with Ghanaians what your mandate is, and moving forward, what you, how you hope to support your ministry to sort of close the housing gap that we have in this country.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The State Housing Company Limited was originally set up around 1967 as the development arm for the government. So mainly they were tasked with building residential and sometimes office accommodation for government workers, public servants, civil servants, and the like. Over the years, the organization morphed into first a corporation and then eventually into a limited liability company around 1997. Actually 1996, just to be correct. Our core mandate, as it stands today, is to be able to provide affordable and sustainable housing to the majority of Ghanaians in areas that give them a sense of pride of place. So that's basically what we do. Our mandate also includes managing a section of lands that were compulsorily acquired by government and placed in our care. So we provide those estate management services. So for most Ghanaians who own or have leased government lands, their leases and tenancy is managed by State Housing Company Limited. In support of the ministry's objectives, We are one of the development arms under the ministry, so TDC being one, and from the technical side, our colleagues at AESL and the other agencies support the ministry in terms of delivering as many housing units as possible. It is important to put on record that State Housing, however, is not a subvented organization. All of our activities are financed internally through internally generated funds. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So when is the next affordable housing coming on so that Ghanaians listening will know when to come to your outfits for? Yes.
So we currently have a number of ongoing projects. The affordability debate is arguable. However, we are working under the ministry. The ministry has quite a lot of significant major housing projects, some of which form part of the Big Push agenda, which are coming on stream soon, and we are one of the lead agencies in executing that. In fact, I'm sure Madam Honorable Minister will speak to the district housing scheme, which is being piloted in the next month or so, and State Housing is one of the agencies delivering those houses. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. State Housing Company, you are discharged.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
May we have AESL, please? AESL, could you introduce yourself to the committee, please? Okay.
That's it. Yeah. So my name is Surveyor Gordon Tanga, the Acting Managing Director for the company.
My name is Architect Nakwali Kwoti. I am the Deputy Managing Director of AESL.
I'm Alhaji Ibrahim Jibril, Acting Head of Finance.
I'm Seth Ufurulavi, representing the external auditors.
I'm George Kwashe, representing the Audit Committee, AESL.
My name is Abdul Latif, Accountant, AESL.
Honorable Frankie Abua will go through the financials with you.
Thank you, Chairman. Architectural and Engineering Services Limited, AESL. I've gone through your financials. I've not really seen any much problem, except to say that Ghanaians don't really know your mandate and what you do. So in less than 120 seconds, can you walk us through what your mandate is and what you do? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the Architectural and Engineering Services Limited was carved out of what was then known as the Public Works Department in 1973. And the mandate of the company at the time, which was actually called a corporation, was to provide consultancy services on government projects for various ministries, departments, and agencies across the country. That mandate remained until 1993, when we were converted into a limited liability company. What that meant then was that we were no longer, the various ministries, departments, and agencies were no longer obliged to necessarily engage AESL to carry out any consultancy services. So we're then competing with other consultants in the industry. What that also meant then was we became a purely commercial entity, which meant that we could be sued, and then we could also sue people who were owing us for any services that we provided, and payments were not coming. So we still provide the same service that we used to provide in the 70s, but this time we compete with the private sector for jobs.
Thank you. Your 120 seconds is up, so that's fine.
Thank you.
In that case, since you are now a limited liability company, where I'm seeing an increase or a decrease in your revenue, so this revenue, is it generated by your own, or where will you get funding from the government?
Honorable Chair, we generate it on our own. We don't get funding from government. No.
That's very good. So I'm seeing, aside the revenue, 21 million, I'm seeing other income. Where is that one coming from?
Honorable Chair, we have rent income. That we have some spaces we rent out.
Your rent income went from 1 million in 2022 to 276 in 2023. What happened?
Honorable Chair, we have other source of income apart from the rent income.
Yeah, I wanted the component of the other income, and you said rent income is included. And our chairman is asking you that in 2022, you had other income of more than $1 million. But in 2023, it came down to 276,000. And he's asking why. Is it the case that the people are no longer renting?
No, they are renting. In fact, we have rent income. It moves to 135,264. The other component of other income, rent, interest, we have certificate fees and contract fees too, we also get, and then sometimes disposal. The component of the rent actually even drop due to non-payment from some of our tenants.
Don't let us go there. Let's leave it like that. Don't let us go there. It's fine. So you turn a loss situation of 1 million in 2022 to a profit of 565,000, representing 154%. That is very good. And let's move to your financial position. The current ratio has improved. It moved from 1.3 to 1 to 1.4 to 1, which implies that you will be able to meet your current financial obligations. So I don't think, Chairman, I don't think I have much to say. It's okay.
AESL, finally, I have seen that you have included toilet facilities in your classroom drawings. It's been how many years? Decades. Because sometimes you get a contract from Get Fund. Get Fund awards a contract for maybe a district or a constituency to build schools, classroom blocks. And previously, toilet facilities were not attached to them. So moving forward, how can you make other public buildings, schools and those buildings that you design more exciting. Moving away from the old structure, just one straight jacket thing. The schools should look exciting. I don't know if you also do the hospital drawings and the other drawings. It should look a bit exciting than the flat buildings we have. And I know you are responsible for the drawings that we see of our public, most of our public buildings, especially our schools.
Madam, Madam Chair, sorry. We've moved away from that long ago. I think, I don't know whether you have seen our current designs, but we have moved away from what you are saying long ago. We are now, when it comes to design, we are doing well. We are doing very well. We are competing well.
Madam, and just
I don't know which design you are talking about.
2 years ago, I mean, we were awarded a contract. It's the same, that.
Designs has to do with, you take into consideration costs. So sometimes, depending on how much you want to spend, that influences the design in a way. So it depends, the government, how much the government is ready to spend. So we consider all those things, and depending on how much your budget is, it will influence the kind of design that's.
Yes, but Madam, if we have to build for I wouldn't say eternity, but for a long time, we should not just look at the cost only, but the conduciveness. And you know what I mean. I mean, I'm not saying we should compete with the private schools in terms of buildings, but then we should do it such that when you see the building, you really would want to go in there and study. But some of your drawings, I mean, a year or two ago, you go to, we all know the schools, the public schools in some of our constituencies, the buildings, for lack of a better word, I'll say they are very flat. So I'm happy you said you are moving away from that. And I'm also happy that these days you are including toilets as part of the school building facilities.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We'll consider everything you have said here.
Madam Chair, Mr. Chairman, sorry. Just to add something to AESL's mandate, that they are present in all 16 regions. So, and their technical services are available also in that same way. So, they are one of the few organizations whereby they have a presence nationwide. So I'm just putting this out there to the general public that their services are available. And they range from architectural to engineering. Engineering is not just one engineering. It is a range of engineering specialties: civil engineering, structural engineering, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, geodetic engineering. There's a whole range of them. And then quantity surveying services. The quantity surveyors are like the accountants of the construction industry. And AESL also has a lot of that. So they are nationwide. So we are doing this so that their books will also look better in the coming years and be able to get more services and more work to do and better payments. And then just to add, I concur, being in this built environment space as well, I agree that I think AESL, maybe soon they'll start coming out with various catalogs of their designs, 2026, 2027, just as the fashion industry does. I think the architectural space should also do the same. I agree. Thank you.
All right, AESL, you are discharged. Now let's have Water Resources Commission.
You are thereby challenged.
Okay. Thank you, Chairman.
Have you guys taken the oath? Or introduce yourself to the committee.
My name is Dr. Mauli Lumo, the head of Policy Plan and Water Resources Commission.
I'm Kakarichum, Principal Accountant.
Okay, Ghana, Water Resources Commission. I'm going to, let's look at the financial performance of your area. So far, you are doing well. What constitutes other revenue?
These are donor funds that we receive from our donor partners.
It's what?
Donor funds.
The donor funds?
Yes, sir.
And why did it increase so much from 2022 to 2023?
Okay, we submitted a proposal to our donors seeking funds to help us undertake a series of engagements with stakeholders and traditional authorities.
Well, maybe you need to send more proposals because a difference of 3.5 million cedis, that was quite a lot. Now, after your revenue, now let's look at the expenditure. What caused administrative expenses to more than double?
One of the reasons is due to the Akosombo spillage. So we had to do a lot of groundwater and surface water monitoring. And also we have to do a lot of lab testing.
Let's see. Because of the spillage?
Yes.
Okay.
And also due to the increase in the donor funds, we were able to undertake a lot of donor activities.
Okay. So now let's look at the financial position. 2022 is 3.71, and then there's a current ratio. And 2023 went to 2.5 to 1. What was it? The current assets, you see how much it jumped? 156%. Why so?
Okay. The increase was due to the introduction of our new LI. We introduced our new LI, that's the dam safety LI, and it was introduced as part of our fees and charges, so we were able to generate more funds from that LI also.
So regulations help. Okay. Now you have a management issue of unqualified suppliers. 57,000. What happened?
Honorable Chair, this happened as a result of our substantive procurement officer going on maternity leave. There are suppliers that we've been dealing with previously, and so the one who took over felt they already have the documentation for pre-qualification. But we have then noted that and tried to introduce more measures to control the process now.
Now, these suppliers, it says over here they did not submit the mandatory documents such as GRA, tax clearance, and SNIT. Okay, I see that. Have you now submitted these?
They are now on GANEPS, so we've managed to put them on GANEPS now.
On what?
Ghana electronic procurement system.
Okay, so you've corrected this anomaly?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Auditors, can you verify, please?
Yes, Honorable Chair, verification indicates that these suppliers are now on GANEF, and they are dealing with suppliers that are listed on the procurement electronic system.
All right. Go and sin no more on this one. Water Resources Commission, you are discharged. And
Thank you.
Honorable Minister, you are discharged also. I'm sorry, community water. Yes. Under the ministry. I'm sorry, please introduce yourself to the committee.
My name is Vincent Sanam Kwagwenu, Acting Chief Executive.
My name is Patrick Kofi Queenie, Acting Director of Finance.
Auditors, community water. You see, there was an issue about community water, whether they're on Monday. Is it under local government or water resources?
Works and housing.
It's under works and housing.
Yes. So their issues are in the MDA's report, the water systems.
MDA's report?
MDA's, not the
Oh,
public
MDA's report, okay. All right.
But we have some here.
Okay, so Ashanti region, where we have the Kokofu water system, is that under you? And what is it? Who is it under?
Honorable Chair, that one falls under the District Assembly.
So local government.
Local government.
Madam Chair, I think there's a high time we make sure that at least we bring all the water facilities, especially those in the smaller communities, under the community water and sanitation agencies. Otherwise, monitoring and tracking will become very difficult, very, very, extremely difficult.
Yeah.
So the few that are still left with these assemblies, they should be put under the community water and sanitation agency.
Just a minute, we'll resolve this issue easily. Because water, some of it is under local government, some of it under your ministry. So where does it stop? Where does it end? So we'll just resolve it. Just give us about 5 minutes and we'll come right back. Water and Sanitation Agency. Western Regional Sangregua, is that under you? Okay, that one is under you. All right, then let's continue then. We have an issue of uncollected revenue of 113,000. What has happened to this amount?
Honorable Chair, as at December 2024, the water system was able to retrieve an amount of 87,463 Ghana cedis.
Auditors, could you confirm, please?
Yes, Honorable Chair, we can confirm that an amount of 87,463 has been recovered.
What about the rest?
Honorable Chair, these are domestic subscribers and institutions. And with the domestic subscribers, we have been following up. We have a payment plan scheduled with them to collect. But with the institutions, it has to be paid through government, so we are still waiting on government for the payment.
How much of this receivable is for domestic households and then those for institutions?
The percentage, okay. So for Asankragwa, about 60% is for the institutions. and 40% for the domestic that is outstanding.
40% is on domestic.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the domestic ones, you have them on payment plan?
Yes, sir.
And the institutions, you are waiting on the government? Right,
Exactly.
Sir,
So good.
this is unlike areas where it is specific. What government gives to you, you can use a part of it to defray the cost. So it's not like government will give you money specifically to pay this, but government makes budgetary allocations, and you have that opportunity to use some to defray the cost, or that is not the case?
Honorable Chair, please, that is not the case. We have to make a follow-up to those various institutions to have the payments made to us.
Doesn't government, you said government pays on their behalf. Didn't you just say that?
Exactly, but they pay through the institutions. They don't pay directly into our account. So we follow up with the institutions and we get the payments done.
Oh, but the institutions also receive their budgetary allocations. And for goods and services and some of these things, they consistently, every ministry, department, and agency that appears before Parliament for their budgets, there's a portion for goods and services. And the goods and services are supposed to be used to pay for utilities as well. So to sit here and say we are waiting for government to bring money, this is not like scholarship secretariats where it is specific. So once they receive their budgetary allocations, they are supposed to use a part of it to pay for utilities. So this is not a simple message of I'm waiting for government. So respectfully, go after them, because once you look into their books, you see that government has given them money for goods and services, and they are supposed to use some to pay for these things.
Honorable Chair, well noted.
Now let's go to the other infraction, Techiman, uncollected fees of 70,000.
Honorable Chair, it is fully recovered.
Auditors, could you confirm, please?
Honorable Chair, the full amount has been recovered.
All right. What about community water and sanitation at Wale Wale? That is under you also, right? An unrecovered debt of 342,000. What has happened to this amount?
Honorable Chair, the water system management has been able to recover an amount of 80,456 Ghana cedis, 33 pesos.
Now, what about the rest of it?
It is the same issue of the schools that we supply water to. So we normally have to wait through the pre-SHS Secretariat to make payment.
You don't have any households in here?
Okay. The percentages here for Wale Wale,
yeah,
it's around 42%.
Was that households?
Institutions.
Institutions.
Yeah.
But Free SHS just made a huge amount. I sent a lot of money to the schools.
Okay.
So they should pay for the water.
Yeah. So this figure is as of December 2024. So we'll follow up for the...
As of December 2024?
Yes, sir. Yes, Honorable Chair.
Master, could you go? It says 58 institutions and individuals owe the agency a total of this amount. Management stated that they would develop the necessary strategies to collect all monies owed by customers in due course. What about Savalugu? They also owe 95,956.
Honorable Chair, Savalugu is not under the management of Community Water and Sanitation Agency.
Hey. So who is it under? Okay, Chief Director wants.
Honorable Chair, I want to make this clarification. We have over 1,200 plus water systems in Ghana. Almost 1,000 of them are under the District Assembly's management. We only have 198 that is being managed by the Community Water and Sanitation. So, under the new reforms, when it is done, then the CWSA will take over all of them. Community water and manage, because now there's a confusion. So we are going through a process. Thank you very much.
Yes, and that's a problem that we are facing also. When the auditors come up with these audits, some of it is for community water, some of it is for local government. Local government comes in, no, that's not our problem. It's water and sanitation ministry. Then you two are telling us that they have about 1,000, you see. So you are working on this so that community water will take over all of them.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. But until then, what about Savalugu? We just spoke to Savalugu and he said it's not yours. What about Hwidium? I have a region, Hwidium water system. Is that under you?
Honorable Chair, yes, sir.
You owe the unrecovered debt is 186,000.
Honorable Chair, as at December 2024, an amount of 98,040 cedis has been recovered.
Auditors, could you confirm this amount, please?
Yes, Honorable Chair, an amount of 98,040 cedis has been recovered.
And I'm sure the story is the same.
Honorable Chair.
Okay, what about God's water system? Is that under you?
Honorable Chair, yes, it's under community water.
There's unrecovered debt of 215,000.
Honorable Chair, as at December 2024, an amount of 207,721.51 has been recovered.
Wow, you've done very well on that one. Auditors, could you confirm, please?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm that.
Great. What about Kukum water system?
Honorable Chair, Kukum Water Systems has been able to recover an amount of 42,123 cedis, 60 pesos.
What about the rest of it?
A payment plan schedule has been outlined for the collection of the outstanding receivables.
Okay, now what about Sankore Community Water and Sanitation? That's under you, right?
Honorable Chair, that is right.
Okay, that one to unrecovered debt of 405,745 Ghana cedis.
Honorable Chair, the water system has been able to recover an amount of 80,024 cedis, 62 pesos.
This recovery rate over here is not impressive.
Honorable Chair, Sankore has a very peculiar challenge. We have a peculiar challenge in Sankore.
Okay.
When CWSA took over the management of Sankore water system, there were debts owed the management at the time to this huge tune. The customers claimed they have paid, but there were no receipts to support it. So we began the process of taking the officers who were managing the water system to charge, to pay back the money. Unfortunately, when they organized tax, they went to our office in at Sankore and drove out our staff and took over the management of the water system as we speak. And the matter is with the police. It looks as if nobody is interested in helping. So we have also decided not to put our workers at risk there. And so that's the challenge in Sankore currently.
Say, I have always known you as an action man. So to say that you are not going back to Sankore, please.
Madam Chair, you know, the law that established community water was supposed to facilitate the provision of water for the DC assemblies and the community to manage. Over time, it was realized that because they did not have the technical competence, management and embezzlement and system left to rot became the order. And so in 2017, they began the process of taking over the system to manage. But we realized that most of these systems were owing huge amount of money to the electricity company and even the management themselves, including some of the chiefs, were just squandering the money and leaving the assets to rot. So currently, like the chief director said, we are working on a law that would give access and power to us to manage the water system. That's the only way we can enforce these infringements. We hope that...
We will also support you.
Yeah, we hope that when it comes to Parliament, you will help us to get it.
Yes, we will also put it in our reports and draw Parliament's attention to it whilst we wait for the law to also come in. But it is very important that you take over and manage it efficiently, not just with the revenue collections, but also with the protection of the assets as well. Thank you.
So the domestic, those customers, 683 of them, they owe 384,000. Institutions have, there are 9 of them that owe 15,000. And commercial is 5 that owe 6,000. And if you recovered 80-something thousand. Now, was that from the domestic people or from... Most of it must be from the domestic people.
Honorable Chair.
Okay.
You're right.
So, Chief Executive, I will wait, and the Chief Director, we'll wait till you come up with this law. Let's streamline this, and then it will help everybody. All right. Okay, Honorable Community Water Systems, you are discharged. And Minister, you are also discharged. Thank you very much for coming. Now, any other agency that I haven't called? Or any agency that wants me to call them?